So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Coach Stephanie Lawrence Yelton as the new women's basketball coach at the University of West Florida.
Well, hi, good morning everyone. I'm so honored to be here. I'm honored to be named the women's basketball coach here at the University of West Florida. I want to start with a couple of thank yous to obviously President Benz, who's, her leadership, her innovative thinking has really grown this university. You can see it, the expansions of facilities, the enrollment increase, the increase of student services on campus, and it just provides a great culture for our students and our student athletes to thrive in. And that's one exciting element that the University of West Florida really has. And under her leadership, those are great things and a great asset to this university. So I want to thank you for providing that leadership. That has created a great culture and obviously a culture that enticed me to apply for the position. Thanks to Dave Scott, our athletic director, who has really kind of taken the reins of athletics here, has seen again the growth and expansion in athletics, has really bridged the gap with athletics and the student body here on campus, which makes for a well-rounded experience for our young ladies in the women's basketball program. Again, under his leadership and guidance, I think there's going to be some great things that happen in women's basketball here at West Florida. I also want to thank the search committee, because I know it's a daunting task to sort through those multiple resumes to try to find the right candidates for the job, and then to come up with the right questions, the right ideas to really search out a coach who's going to really fit the program and what this university needs. And I know that's a tireless effort amongst the other duties that you're doing at the time. So I want to thank you guys for that time and effort that you put in. I really had a great experience here on my interview. And the search committee was a big part of that, and I want to thank them for that. And I also want to thank the athletic department staff who, unbeknownst to me, when I got our schedule to come on the interview, I had a allotted time where I was with the athletic department staff and coaches. And it was just an open forum of asking questions, giving some answers, just talking about the campus community. And I'm going to tell you, it's something very different that most universities don't do. And so I was very impressed that there's a great group of coaches and administrators and staff members who actually came out to meet me in the interview process to find out what I was all about, and then I really kind of fit what West Florida was all about. And I truly appreciate that culture and that camaraderie that's built into the athletic department. That was certainly a big draw for me as well. I want to introduce my family while I have a chance. My husband Jack is sitting over there in the corner. You'll see our little one Bobby running around. Jack is very supportive. I've got a great husband who allows me to kind of go and just live my dreams. And he says, what do you want to do? What is your vision for a basketball program? What do you want your career to look like? And we talk about that, and he says, well, go do it. I'm willing to go wherever you want to go. I'm willing to be with you, and let's just go do that. He's very much a part of what I do in women's basketball and as a coach. So, obviously he'll be a huge part of our program here, along with little Bobby, who's probably running around with Uncle Joe outside, yeah. And of course we got our second one on the way here in the late summer. So we're excited about that new addition, another little boy. So I know Coach Stinton's going to be over there. He's got some good size on him, doesn't he? A little more running around. He's not 3 yet, Coach. So I know there'll be some recruiting going on here. We might have to fight with a football program. We don't know yet. But yeah, so I want to thank them for coming and being here with me and supporting me. My mom and dad, Bob and Kathy Lawrence, drove in from Atlanta with my younger brother Joel, and he brought his little baby at 6 months old, Sean. So again, they're excited for us to be here, excited because we're in driving distance for them to come, obviously not to see me or Jack, but to see Bobby and the little ones. It's all about the grandkids now, right? And but I'm excited that they could be here and sharing this day with me. So a little bit about me, and kind of what I see here at West Florida with our program. My overall philosophy is really 5 key principles. I want to keep God and family first within our program. If that puts me in a position where, I'm in a good position to teach our girls, teach them good values, teach them integrity, be a great role model for them, but also provide them an environment where their families, their friends are welcome within our program. And when I say family, that's extended family. That's our family of community on campus. It's our family within the Pensacola community, that we want to be inclusive to everyone here in this area that wants to be a part of our program and be involved in our program. And we want them to feel valued, that they are welcome here and have value within our program. I'm all about building relationships and maintaining those relationships. You know, Dave mentioned it, that I really care about the women that I coach. I want to see them thrive. I want to see them get their degrees. I want them to see them grow and mature within our program, because in the end, they are our future leaders in our communities. They're our national leaders. They're our future mothers. You know, they're going to be in leadership positions all of their lives. And so I want to make sure that we're doing our part here at West Florida to nurture them, to provide them with the guidance, to be in our community, be successful parts of our community, and really grow and mature under our tutelages. And, you know, with that, obviously becomes education. The third part of that is education in the classroom and in the community. They're here to get a degree. It is vital for our players to graduate with their degree from West Florida so that they can move on and be successful in their lives. So we're going to make sure that they're in class, that they're studying, that they're doing the best they can, and they're going to walk out of here with a degree. And then also taking that education into the community. So if we're learning things on campus here and we can't share them with the people in the community, then we're really not doing our part of educating our players. And we want our players to be in the community, in outreach services, you know, whether that's the Girl Scout cookout, whether that's a road race, whether it's, you know, little things they do on campus. And I know from their past experience that's nothing new. Our players have been doing that. So I was excited to see that they do that already. It's not going to be a new idea when I come in, that they're already servicing the community in that way. Of course, we want to be competitive on the basketball floor. You know, in the Gulf South Conference, it's one of the best conferences in the country in women's basketball. I equate it to the ACC and SEC of Division II basketball. We're going to night after night face the toughest opponents in Division II basketball, and we want to be prepared to do that. And so providing that competitive environment means that we want to play an up-tempo style of game. We want to make sure that we're getting up and down the court, we're creating offense from our defense, and hopefully we're scoring in that 70-plus range and keeping, you know, our opponents under that 60-plus range. I mean, those are some goals of mine for our program. We're committed to strength and conditioning to be able to do that. We're committed to bringing quality student athletes that can do that. And we're committed to growing the current team that we have and putting them in a position where they can be successful immediately. And that's my goals, you know, for our basketball team, to be competitive in the front end. And then last but not least, obviously having fun is very important. You know, life's too short to be in a position where you're miserable, where you're not enjoying what you're doing on a daily basis. And I want to make sure that our players and our staff within our program really enjoys the job that they're doing. They spend a whole lot of time doing it. And so we want to make sure that they have an enjoyable experience. Now, not to say that, you know, winning is fun. Winning is a lot more fun than losing. So winning on the basketball court is a lot of fun. Learning something intellectually, being in the classroom, being able to achieve things that maybe we didn't think we could is obviously a lot of fun. And then building relationships within our team and within our campus that'll last a lifetime. Those things are fun. And we want to make sure that we're integrating all of those things when we, you know, are with our student athletes. What do I see for the program? You know, what are some immediate things that are going to happen? Obviously, we want to graduate our players. You know, we want to, again, see them graduate and move on from here with their degrees from West Florida. We want to provide an exciting environment for women's basketball here on campus. So that's hoping to build that fan base, to get the community of Pensacola really excited, to get our college campus really excited about the direction of our women's basketball program, and get them here in the arena to support us. That's going to be a huge goal of mine. And then, of course, we want to win championships. You know, down the line, this is a great athletic department across the board. Multiple national championships, multiple regional championships, multiple conference championships. And in women's basketball, we want to be a part of that. So definitely, you know, moving in that goal of winning championships is something that I feel strongly about. I won one as a player in college. at the University of North Carolina. It was the most wonderful experience of my college career, and I want that experience for our players. So to do that would be obviously a huge feat, but that is a goal of ours, to be in that nationally competitive level where someday we're going to win that national championship. So do we want to open up for questions and answers? Yeah?
Questions for Coach Yelton?
With what you see, Dan, you're over Channel 3 TV, with what you see so far in the program you're taking over, what are your priorities in building what you want to build?
Well, you know, media hitting the ground running, you know, is hiring a great staff, getting, we still have some scholarships to fill, so getting on the phone, contacting some really qualified student athletes who can really elevate us. I think we have good players in place, and I talked to our players when I was here on the interview that I want to really evaluate our players on film, kind of watch them a little bit, learn their strengths and weaknesses, and then we're going to fill in those gaps with recruiting, kind of where we're lacking. But, you know, again, we're going to need a little bit of every position, you know, to fill in those gaps. But the players we have, I think, have some really good strengths that we can build on. And it's a matter of, you know, for me as a coach to put them in successful positions early so that they can have success. And then as we recruit and fill in those gaps, you know, get to that up-tempo style of play that I'd like to get to.
Other questions?
Hi, Stephanie Lawrence from the News Journal.
Yes.
What attracted you to the job, and what was your prior knowledge of the program?
What attracted me to West Florida was, again, that the overall athletic department. You guys are in what I consider a potential gold mine for women's basketball. The Southeast region in women's basketball is one of the best in the country. So the opportunity to be able to recruit student athletes to the Pensacola area, obviously it's beautiful. You know, we flew in yesterday. My husband turned to my 2-year-old in the back seat as we were heading over the bridge towards the beach and said, "Bobby, do you want to live here?" And he raised his hand, "Yeah." You know, that's his way of saying yeah. So, I mean, if a 2-year-old can make that distinction, surely high school and college students can make that distinction as well. But you're located in a great area. The university as a whole provides a great academic institution for student athletes, you know, looking to get a wide variety of majors. Again, the athletic department itself, it's one. You know, they're winners. And so for us in women's basketball, we have an example to follow within our department. We've got teams and coaches and athletes around us every day that we can draw on to say, hey, that's what it looks like to win a conference championship. That's what it looks like to win a regional championship. That's what it looks like to be a national championship. We have those folks walking around us every day. Those are very enticing things for a coach in my position to come to do that. Now, obviously, going from Division I to Division II, I love the Division II motto of having a well-rounded college experience. You know, and I told Dr. Benson this on my interview, we'd like to say we have that in Division I, but it's really all about winning and losing. It's all about what happens on that basketball floor. And then in Division II, yes, we do want to be competitive. We do want to win championships in basketball. But we want our players to graduate. We want them to get their degrees. And we want them to be a vital part of the campus community. Not just a student athlete in their own little bubble or in their own island on campus. We want them to be integrated on campus. And I love that about Division II. I love that about, you know, where our university is and how our student athletes are treated on campus. So those are great, enticing, you know, obviously assets for a coach to look at.
Jamie?
Thanks, Coach. Jamie Dickerson, 1450 ESPN Radio. What can we expect this upcoming season as far as a style of play or maybe your style of coaching?
Yeah, I think, you know, you're going to see energetic. You're going to see us enthusiastic. I think those are going to be some things that you'll be able to describe our team as. You know, we're going to battle. You know, we're going to be, try to put ourselves in the best situation possible to win basketball games. Now, will there be blowouts? You know, will we blow people out? Maybe, maybe not. Even in the close games, we want to make sure that we're putting ourselves in a position to win every game. So again, it goes back to me evaluating our current student athletes. Again, I want to put them in the best position possible that they can succeed. You know, if they're outside shooters, we're going to put them in positions where they're getting those shots. You know, we want to make sure we're taking high percentage shots. But we also want to make sure that we're creating offense from our defense as well. So you can see us amp up on the defensive end of the court. to do that and to play that way, I think we're going to have to play multiple players. You know, you're not going to see a roster of 5 or 6 players and those are the only players playing. We're going to have to stretch that roster out to play at the pace that I'd like to play, which means more players are going to have to be involved, which puts more responsibility on our players to develop their game and their skill level to be ready to play. So I think those are some things that you can see from us this year.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions for Coach Yelton? Thanks.
Great, thank you.